Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman spoke about John Cena's upcoming match at Survivor Series, War Games. It will be the Nation leader's last appearance before his retirement match scheduled for Saturday night's main event. The never-seen 17 defeated Dominic Mysterio to become the new WWE Intercontinental Champion on the November 10 edition of Monday Night Raw. The Judgment Day member will challenge for the title in a rematch at the Survivor Series War Games Premium Live event. Speaking on ESPN's First Take, Paul Heyman noted that he expects John Cena to put forth his greatest Survivor Series performance this Saturday. He opined that the 48-year-old will go out on top as the most hardworking star on the roster, the same way he came in. You can check out his comments in the video below. John Cena turned heel for the first time in 2 decades earlier this year at WWE Elimination Chamber. Unfortunately, his run as the bad guy received a lot of criticism from several fans. During his appearance on the Ariel Helwani show earlier this year, Paul Heyman noted that he did not think that the heel turn was a mistake. However, the Oracle acknowledged the fact that things did not go as expected. Heyman added that he was glad that Cena got the opportunity to work as a heel before hanging up his boots. John Cena later turned babyface before dropping the undisputed WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Paul Heyman comments on John Cena's WWE Survivor Series War Games match. Paul Heyman has never been a man to mince words, especially when the conversation involves the biggest names and highest stakes in WWE. With Survivor Series War Games approaching and John Cena once again stepping into the chaos of one of the most dangerous match formats in WWE history, the wise man of the bloodline has delivered a statement that is already shaking conversations across the wrestling world. In a week dominated by hype, tension, and speculation surrounding Raw and SmackDown, Heyman's remarks have added a new layer of intrigue for the fans who have watched Cena defy time, odds, and expectations for nearly 2 decades. For Heyman, however, the situation is far more complex than another heroic Cena comeback story. Speaking on the subject during a recent backstage segment, Heyman made it clear that he does not view Cena as the fearless warrior the WWE Universe loves to portray. Instead, he framed Cena's involvement in War Games as an act of desperation, a final attempt to prove that he still belongs in a landscape that has drastically changed since his prime. Heyman noted that stepping into War Games is not a decision a veteran like Cena makes lightly. The structure itself is unforgiving, the double cage limiting mobility and exposing the smallest miscalculation. Heyman argued that while Cena's legacy is undeniable, his physical capabilities are simply not what they once were, and War Games is the last place any superstar should enter if they're already at a disadvantage. But Heyman being Heyman, he didn't stop there. He turned his attention to the dynamics of the match, hinting that Cena's team might already be fracturing internally. He stressed that War Games requires unity, aggression, and adaptability, qualities he insists Cena no longer inspires in his allies. According to Heyman, the days when Cena could rally a locker room with a single promo are long gone, replaced by a roster filled with new leaders, hungrier talent, and factions that thrive on psychological and strategic dominance. Heyman even went so far as to suggest that Cena's presence in War Games is a liability rather than an asset. He suggested that Cena's in-ring instincts, once legendary, are no longer sharp enough to handle the environment. War Games is chaos, and chaos, Heyman claimed, rewards only the most ruthless individuals, a category that he firmly believes Cena does not belong to. In Heyman's eyes, Cena's strengths have always been heart, will, and crowd connection, but War Games demands brutality, speed, and fearlessness under pressure from all angles. Still, there is an underlying tone of respect buried in Heyman's critique, even if he never directly says it. Few have witnessed Cena's evolution as closely as Heyman, who has been present through several of Cena's career-defining rivalries. He understands better than most that Cena thrives when backed into a corner. And that's exactly why his comments hit harder. They come from someone who recognizes not only Cena's greatness, but also the reality that greatness alone might not carry him through War Games. Heyman also hinted at the larger implications this match may have for the future of WWE. If Cena succeeds, it may signal that the veteran presence remains vital in a company that continues to evolve rapidly. If he fails, however, Heyman believes it could be the moment the next generation officially steps forward and seizes the spotlight once and for all. In Heyman's own words, Survivor Series, War Games is not about nostalgia. It's about survival, dominance, and the direction WWE is headed as it approaches a new era. Cena's name adds star power, but according to Heyman, star power won't be enough when the cage door closes and the War Games structure looms over two teams with everything to lose. Heyman's message, delivered with his trademark conviction, was less a prediction and more a warning. He reminded fans that War Games has ended careers, altered trajectories, and exposed weaknesses that normally remain hidden. And if Cena walks into that match expecting to rely on his past heroics, Heyman believes he will be overwhelmed by the unforgiving nature of the battlefield. The WWE Universe, as always, has reacted explosively to Heyman's remarks. Cena supporters accuse Heyman of fearmongering, arguing that he is simply trying to protect his own interests within the bloodline. Others believe Heyman is telling the truth, pointing out that Cena's limited in-ring schedule in recent years may leave him unprepared for such a brutal stipulation. Regardless of the conflicting opinions, Heyman's comments have reignited a storyline that was already building massive anticipation. John Cena walking into War Games is a headline on its own, but Paul Heyman inserting himself into the narrative adds a strategic chess element fans can never ignore. Heyman is a master storyteller, and if he is talking about Cena at this level, it means the stakes are far higher than they appear on the surface. As Survivor Series approaches, one question remains: is Heyman right? Has John Cena entered a match that could expose his physical limitations and weaken his legacy? Or is this the moment Cena once again proves his doubters wrong and reclaims the warrior spirit that defined his career? The answer will arrive only when the cage lowers, the crowd erupts, and War Games unleashes its inevitable destruction. Until then, Heyman's words linger, strategic, ominous, and perfectly timed, as Cena prepares to step into a match that may redefine not only his present, but his future in WWE. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.